In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NFL games happening on August 8, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Detroit Lions versus New York Giants. The first full week of the NFL preseason is finally here, signaling the long-awaited return of football. On Thursday, August 8th, the Detroit Lions will travel to New York to take on the Giants in what promises to be an exciting matchup. Both teams have been practicing intensely, gearing up for this week's game with a sense of urgency. The Giants are looking to rebound from a disappointing season last year, while the Lions are entering this preseason on the heels of an impressive playoff run, eager to build on their recent success. The Detroit Lions enter the 2024 season with high expectations, hoping to capitalize on one of their most successful seasons in recent memory. Last year, the Lions finished with a strong 12-5 record and secured their first National Football Conference North title since 1993. Their postseason journey was equally impressive, as they defeated the Rams and Buccaneers before narrowly falling to the San Francisco 49ers in a thrilling National Football Conference championship game, 34-31. Quarterback Jared Goff returns, bolstered by a lucrative $212 million contract, and will look to continue his stellar play behind one of the NFL's top offensive lines. Detroit's backfield features a dynamic duo in Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, with Gibbs expected to take on an even larger role after his increased workload late last season. The Lions also made significant moves in the receiving core, with Amon-Ra St. Brown earning a substantial contract extension. Although Jameson Williams has struggled to consistently contribute as the team's number 2 wide receiver, tight end Sam Laporta has shown great potential and is poised to be a key target for Goff. On the defensive side, Detroit addressed its biggest weakness, defending the pass, by drafting Terry and Arnold and adding Anees Rakestraw to complement former Buccaneer Carlton Davis in the secondary. The defensive line received a boost with the addition of DJ Reader and Marcus Davenport, who will support Aiden Hutchinson, the Lions' standout pass rusher, who recorded 11.5 sacks in his second season. Linebackers Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone, and Derek Barnes will anchor the defense, aiming to elevate the unit's performance in 2024. The New York Giants are entering the 2024 season with hopes of bouncing back from a disappointing 2023 campaign, where they finished with a 6-11 record. This year marks the first season without star running back Saquon Barkley, who departed to join division rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles. Quarterback Daniel Jones has faced his fair share of challenges throughout his NFL career, but the Giants are making efforts to surround him with better talent. The offensive line has been bolstered, and the team drafted Malik Nabers, a standout wide receiver from LSU, to provide Jones with a true number 1 target. Nabers is expected to lead a receiving group that includes Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, and Darius Slayton, with early indications pointing to Nabers emerging as the star of the bunch. Despite these improvements, questions remain about the cohesion of the Giants' offensive line and whether running back Devin Singletary can replicate his success from Houston as he takes on the role of the Giants' lead back. Defensively, the Giants have made moves to address some of their issues, including the acquisition of Brian Burns via trade to bolster the pass rush alongside Kayvon Thibodeaux, who recorded 11.5 sacks last season. Dexter Lawrence will anchor the defensive line, but the secondary remains a concern, especially after the loss of Xavier McKinney in the offseason. The success of the Giants' defense will hinge on their ability to generate pressure, as the secondary is considered the weak link of the unit. Whether the Giants can return to their 2022 form or endure another frustrating season will be determined in the coming weeks. For this preseason matchup, neither team's starting quarterback is expected to take the field. The Lions have already confirmed that Jared Goff will not play, and the Giants have remained tight-lipped about whether Daniel Jones will see any action. This game is likely to be a showdown between the backup quarterbacks, with Detroit relying on Hendon Hooker and Nate Sudfeld, while New York will turn to Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito. Drew Lock, who entered the NFL with aspirations of being a starting quarterback, is eager to prove that he still has what it takes to lead a team. There were even offseason rumors suggesting that Locke might be a better fit for the Giants' offense than Daniel Jones, creating a potential dilemma for the team regarding their $35 million quarterback. Locke is expected to take an aggressive approach in this game, aiming to make a statement rather than settling for safe, check-down passes. Meanwhile, Lions head coach Dan Campbell, with a 3-6 record in preseason games, is more focused on preparing his team for the regular season. When these two teams met in the preseason last year, Detroit emerged victorious with a narrow 21-16 win. However, this preseason carries more significance for the Giants than the Lions. Detroit has its roster set and knows who will be starting in Week 1, while New York needs these preseason reps to avoid repeating last year's disastrous performance. While Daniel Jones might see limited action, rookie wide receiver Malik Neighbors and backup quarterbacks Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito are expected to play significant roles. The Giants' backup quarterbacks appear to have an edge over Detroit's Nate Sudfeld and Hendon Hooker, giving New York an advantage in this matchup. While the Lions are undoubtedly the better team at the top of the depth chart, preseason football is often about evaluating roster depth and determining position battles. The Lions' depth chart appears top-heavy at times, while the Giants have several internal battles that need to be resolved. This focus on roster evaluation could lead to a more determined and cohesive effort from New York. As a result, the San Francisco Giants to win and cover the spread saw favorites is our full game side pick. The NFL preseason is known for being a prime opportunity to bet on the over, as it is often assumed that lower-scoring games will occur due to the absence of top players. However, this assumption overlooks the fact that defensive stars also rest during these games, which can lead to higher-scoring affairs. If betting the under were that simple, sportsbooks would be consistently losing money. In this matchup, both teams are likely to give up points on defense as the backup quarterbacks look to prove themselves. Drew Lock, in particular, is expected to see plenty of action and could challenge for the starting job in New York. Hendon Hooker, who would have been drafted higher if not for injury concerns, is now healthy and will also have an opportunity to showcase his skills for the Lions. The Giants' offensive firepower is expected to make an early appearance on Thursday night as they look to regain their rhythm and give fans a reason for optimism. Although it's unclear if Daniel Jones will play, Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito will likely take the field and provide a spark on offense. The Lions, known for having one of the best offenses in the league last year, should have no trouble putting points on the board thanks to their effective scheme. All signs point to a high-scoring game, especially considering this is the first game of the preseason. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Carolina Panthers versus New England Patriots. As the 2024 NFL preseason kicks off, we find ourselves at the beginning of the first full week with a compelling interconference matchup between two teams in the midst of significant rebuilding efforts. The Carolina Panthers hit the road, traveling up the East Coast to face off against the New England Patriots on Thursday night. The Panthers endured a brutal 2023 season, finishing with a dismal 2-15 record, marking their sixth consecutive losing season. Entering the 2024 season, they find themselves under the leadership of their fifth head coach in just 3 years. The Patriots didn't fare much better last year, struggling to a 4-13 record and finishing at the bottom of the American Football Conference East. This marked their third losing season in the last 4 years. The last time these two teams met in a preseason game was on August 19, 2022, when the Patriots secured a 20-10 victory at home, comfortably covering the spread as 6-point favorites. The Carolina Panthers are looking to turn the page after a dismal 2-win season in 2023, marking their sixth straight year without a playoff appearance since 2017. They now embark on a new chapter under the guidance of Dave Canales, a 43-year-old head coach taking the reins for the first time. The Panthers are banking on their young quarterback, Bryce Young, to make significant strides after an up-and-down rookie campaign where he completed 59.8% of his passes and recorded 11 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. In an effort to bolster their offense, the Panthers have added receivers Deontay Johnson and David Moore to their roster, while also drafting witty-out Xavier Legette and running back Jonathan Brooks. The offensive line has also seen reinforcements with the additions of Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt, which should provide Young with better protection. However, the pressure is on Young to deliver, especially given the rapid success many young quarterbacks have achieved early in their careers. On the defensive side of the ball, the Panthers have some glaring holes to address after losing key players like Brian Burns, Don Jackson, and Frankie Louvu. These departures leave the team with significant question marks at every level of their defense. It's no surprise that, at the time time of the making of this video, the Panthers have the longest odds to win the Super Bowl. Take that information as you will, but it paints a stark picture of the challenges they face this season. The New England Patriots are in the midst of a transitional period, having missed the playoffs in 3 of the last 4 seasons. For the first time since 1999, the Patriots will be led by a head coach not named Bill Belichick. The new era in New England begins under Jerod Mayo, a first-time head coach and a 2-time Pro Bowl player for the Patriots. However, the Patriots face a slew of challenges heading into the 2024 season. The offensive line remains a concern, the team's weapons are limited, and there are significant questions at the quarterback position. The focus will be on how quickly rookie quarterback Drake May can adapt to the NFL. Although Jacoby Brissett has shown flashes of potential throughout his career, his journeyman status is telling. On the defensive side, the Patriots secondary has the potential to be formidable, especially with the return of Christian Gonzalez, who will be paired with Jabril Peppers and Jonathan Jones. Additionally, the front seven features a strong tandem in Matthew Judon and Christian Barmore. The defense will undoubtedly need to lead the way while the offense works to establish its identity. For the first time in over 2 decades, there are genuine concerns about the direction of the Patriots franchise and how long this transitional phase will last. The Patriots' dominance is now a thing of the past, and the road ahead is uncertain. As we head into week 1 of the preseason, it's important to remember that we likely won't see much playing time from the marquee players who typically take center stage during the regular season. Both the Panthers and the Patriots had rough 2023 seasons, and both teams have seen significant turnover in their rosters. With new head coaches at the helm and a host of new assistant coaches on both sides of the ball, there are numerous unsettled positions on each team. It will be intriguing to see how these new coaching staffs approach the preseason and evaluate their rosters. The betting line initially opened with the Patriots as 1.5-point favorites, but that number has since jumped to 3.5 or 4 points, depending on the sportsbook. The Patriots are already familiar with what they have in Brissett, which suggests that the other quarterbacks on the roster will get ample playing time in this game. However, I'm not convinced that Drake May is ready to have a breakout performance, and that could be the deciding factor in this matchup. Although the Patriots are justifiably favored, given the Panthers' status as arguably the weakest team in the league, it's important to keep in mind that the Patriots themselves are in the midst of a complete overhaul and face significant questions on offense. The quarterback trio of Brissett, May, and Bailey Zappe could make for an entertaining preseason game, but I'm hesitant to bet on them covering a nearly full touchdown spread in an exhibition game. Preseason games are often unpredictable, with numerous players rotating in and out, making them essentially a coin flip. Regardless of how the Panthers' roster stacks up, this is a game where I believe the Patriots may struggle to score, giving the Panthers a legitimate chance to win outright. In a matchup between 2 struggling teams, it's difficult to justify giving up that many points, even in a preseason contest. Therefore, the Carolina Panthers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Last season, the Carolina Panthers saw the over hit in 2 out of their 3 preseason matchups. Specifically, the Panthers surpassed the predicted point total in their second and third preseason games, while falling short in their preseason opener, where they suffered a 27-0 shutout against the New York Jets. Over the course of the last 3 preseasons, Carolina's games have resulted in a 5-4 record for the over. On the other hand, the New England Patriots had 2 of their 3 preseason games go under last season, including a 20-9 loss in their opener against the Houston Texans. Across their last 3 preseasons, the Patriots have recorded a 6-3 mark for the under, consistently going 2-1 each year. In the opening game of the preseason, it's typical not to see many starters take the field, and even if they do, their playing time is minimal. This creates an opportunity for depth players to showcase their abilities and earn a spot on the roster. At this stage, defenses are generally more prepared than offenses, but the challenge lies in predicting how head coaches will approach these games. Both Dave Canales and Jerod Mayo, despite having been under the guidance of former Super Bowl winning coaches, are relatively inexperienced in their current roles, adding another layer of unpredictability. Given the uncertainties surrounding both teams, particularly on the offensive side, it's reasonable to expect this game to fall short of the projected point total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.